Hey guys, Travis here.
And the Freak Joe.
And as we move along here in our cemetery vlogs, as we tour the state of Indiana, we're brought to one of the more unique and secluded cemeteries in our trip here, Tillett Cemetery, also known as Hookman Cemetery in Peru, Indiana.
Yes, this is a cemetery that is still in use, we found out, because there are some graves from, I think, 2020 was the most recently found. But it goes all the way back to John M. Porter is interred here in 1819 along with his family. It's one of the smaller cemeteries we saw on our tour. Only about 150 people are interred here. And it's located just off of Lovers Lane Road, I should say, in Peru in Miami County, Indiana.
Yeah, and this one, along with another one of the cemeteries here on our trip, is probably like the longest walk. If you guys remember, or if you ever been to Bachelor's Grove, how you had to walk through a forest preserve to get there. This is very similar. It was a long walk uphill. That's why in the intro, you didn't see us driving to the cemetery, but more so walking to it. I mean, there was a possibility we probably could have drove to it, but never being there before, who knows if there was a turnaround or any kind of obstacles to get there, but this was definitely a walk right up to it. There's obviously me, tired and tuckered out from the walk. But some of the things that have been noticed in this cemetery were the reason behind it being known as Hookman Cemetery.
Right. Hookman Cemetery is called that because there is a local legend of a man with a hook that roams the area looking for someone to attack. And within the cemetery, there are cold spots and areas of thick fog that seem to appear in an instant. I don't think we ran into that so much. I think a couple of cold spots, which was cool, but...
Yeah, which also kind of gave it like a weird feeling because when we did this was during the summer. At the time of this of the video, we were looking at the middle of the day. It was and obviously we're in the middle of the woods. It was humid. It was hot. So to get that weird cold feeling randomly was kind of an eerie kind of feel. Yeah.
One other thing that I thought was interesting about the cemetery is we ran into so many cemeteries as we talked in other videos about how so many of these cemeteries are really well kept up. The stones have been replaced and repaired. This cemetery seems to be in a pretty bad state of disrepair. It looked like it had been a while since it had been mowed. A lot of the gravestones were on the ground. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting difference, I guess.
Yeah, and the fact that, as you mentioned it, like we saw a stone from just 2 years ago being buried here, and it has to be more of a family thing than anything, because I don't know of many people looking to be buried in cemeteries like this. We saw it in the Lithuanian cemetery, previous, where it was just a very small cemetery, as this one is. You notice that this is one of our shorter videos because we do cover the entire cemetery within like a 5-minute walk, and for me to do a 5-minute walk is a pretty long walk even to begin with. But it is kind of a smaller cemetery. There wasn't a whole lot to see other than what is shown. And even when you're looking at this pile, it almost just looks like a pile of rocks.
Yeah.
Like this is like, these are old stones that were replaced, and instead of like getting rid of them, they just kind of stacked them all together. But that wasn't the case. Those were actual stones where people were buried that just kind of fell over time.
Yeah, and I believe that area was just being pointed to there is, there are more graves over there, but you can see that the grass has grown up high enough around them that we just didn't want to walk over there.
Yeah.
A lot of ticks and stuff.
Yeah, and one of the things we wanted to kind of capture before we left here, as you see Freak Joe walking with the camera, is this is the entrance to the cemetery. We kind of took a little shortcut up a hill through the woods, which probably made the walk harder for us. Yeah. But they do kind of have a wooden sign showing you the entrance into the cemetery and everything. And yeah, just probably not one of the most upkept cemeteries, but at the same time, if you guys have ever been there, you understand how far into the back that this cemetery actually is. It's not really noticeable, obviously, even if fall, wintertime came and the leaves and everything broke down. You're not going to see the cemetery from the road. Right. You're going to have to take a trip into the woods to see it, which also kind of gave it that freaky kind of feel.
Yes.
So, as Joe shows you the sign here, we just want to take the time to thank you guys for watching the video. Take your time out to kind of view the vlogs as we continue on through Indiana.
Yep, be sure to hit that notification bell and subscribe to our podcast and anywhere pods are casted, this freaking show, and all the other fine shows on the FreakNet Studios network.
Perfect. Guys, as always, I am Travis.
And I'm the Freak Joe.
And thank you for joining us as we tour the cemeteries of Indiana in 2022 Cemetery Vlog.